Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Cassandra and I like to call myself your planning and productivity BFF. On this channel, I share content related to productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. And in this video, we are going to be doing one of my favorite videos, which is a plan with me video. Specifically, we are planning for June and actually combining it with a mid-year reset. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video for an exclusive discount on the goal planning membership that I have called Plans to Progress Lounge. At the end of June, we are hosting a 3-day mid-year reset retreat to really review everything that happened the past 6 months together, have a guided experience on how we can use and regulate our nervous system, especially when we are approaching change, which makes total sense for all of the goals that we have, and also doing a creative activity to really plan and envision what we want the next 6 months of the year to look like. All right, enough talking and like a little intro from me. Let's get into this June plan with me and also the mid-year reset. My bad. Before we actually get into the mid-year reset, make sure that you have a journal, either digital or analog, with you, your favorite writing utensil, pen, pencil, whatever it is, because we will be going over a couple journaling prompts, and this is just some really good time to reflect together. Okay, on to the actual mid-year reset. Before we get into the actual journaling prompts, I wanted to just address why having a mid-year reset is so important and something that I definitely prioritize in my personal life as well as also in my professional life, especially as somebody who works as a freelance marketing consultant and also used to run a marketing and media agency. Basically, at the beginning of the year, I feel like we all get really excited about our goals. We come up with like big plans and some really fun ways to actually achieve our goals. And then we follow it. And maybe by March, or at least whenever you're starting your goals, because you can actually start them whenever, at least by the third month, we kind of like fall off and we're like, okay, I need to adjust and really see if I am headed in the right direction. And usually after the 6-month mark, this is when we kind of can see, okay, what has been happening the past 3 months? What have I been doing these current 3 months? And where do I actually want to go? Am I going in the direction that I want to be going? Am I actually aligned with the decisions that I'm making? And if I continue this path, what will life actually look like by the end of the year? And sometimes that's like a great moment for us to kind of just pause, reflect, and review, to be honest with ourselves. Again, zero judgment here, you all, and really see if, okay, where I am going, how I am living life currently, the decisions that I am making, they are aligned to take me to where I want to be by the end of the year. Or if that's not the case and you kind of gotten a little bit like lost along the way, at least after a 6-month mark, it's a great way to just revisit all of that and see where you can make changes so that you can move in more alignment. So with all of that being said, I really believe that having these check-ins with yourself every 3 months, really I do this like weekly, monthly, quarterly, every 6 months, and every year. But if you are just joining and you are like, this is new to you, then every 3 to 6 months is a really great place to just pause and reflect on what's happened and also see where you are going. If you've got your journal, then definitely pull it out. I'm going to share with you 3 different journaling prompts that I use at the end of every month and quarter, and 3 journaling prompts that I also, well, these 3 journaling prompts I also share with my membership, the Plans to Progress Lounge, during our monthly review and reset calls. If you are unsure of where to start, just a reminder that while you are doing these journaling prompts and answering them, you don't have to be writing like elaborate paragraphs or pages of reflections. These can be just really quick reflections for you, whether they are bullet point or just like scribbles. And also, this is a no judgment zone. So whatever you write down, just try to keep it as honest as possible so that when you are doing your review and looking back at your answers, then you can actually make decisions that are really for your benefit instead of kind of like trying to make sure that you sound good on paper when you are planning for the next 6 months. Mainly because the more honest we are, no judgment, lots of self-compassion here, then the better it is, so that we can actually really respond to any situations or habits, routines that we see that are just not serving us, and actually make better decisions to support the life and really the person that we want to be. All right, no more talking from me. These are the 3 journaling prompts, and feel free to pause this video here so that you can spend as much time as you need on them and then continue. Welcome back. Let's continue with this June plan with me and our mid-year reset. After you have written down and reflected on the first half of the year, sometimes I like to set aside time after journaling to just read through and highlight anything that actually stuck out to me based off of those journaling prompts. Now, I have experienced many different types of ways to goal plan. I have set like 3 main goals for each month. I have set 1 specific focus for the quarter. I have also done like just to-do lists for my goals and so many other different things. And what I am trying for the second half of this year is to focus on really dividing my life. I don't know if you can do this, but I am going to try. Dividing my life into 3 different categories, which is life, career, and creativity. Now, that creativity bucket is going to be quite broad because lots of things can fit under creativity, and also lots of things can fit under life. I feel like the career one is kind of like obvious. I'm going to divide my goals into those 3 categories: life, career, and creativity, to really give myself kind of like parameters to plan my goals, and also focus on the types of goals that I kind of set in the beginning of the year, and making sure that I keep them in the forefront, especially the ones that I have not actually reached yet. I'm actually going to take you all into my Notion dashboard so I can show you how I've set up my June and kind of like the second half of the year, and share how I've organized things and how I've broken them down by quarter and then also by month. Then once I've done that, then you all can set this up for yourself, whether you want to divide your goals into 3 categories like me, or pick your own categories, whatever is top of mind for you for the second half of the year. All right, let's hop back into my trusty little screen share to show you all how I have organized this in my Notion dashboard. So you can actually download this entire template by heading to the video description box, where I have linked it, and you can get free access to this 2025 planning and goals dashboard. So we are in, and this is what it looks like for me. I've got my vision board here for 2025. And then scrolling down, I have divided it into personal, lifestyle, and professional/business. So this is for the overall year, but what I want to focus on is personal, creativity, and also professional/business for June moving forward. So what I've done is I break it down quarterly. So each quarter has a specific theme that I want to follow, and kind of just like the priority and focus for that quarter. And then once I've done that, I break it down into the months. So I've already done this for June and going into July, August, September. And actually I didn't fill in October or November or December just yet, because when it comes to quarter 4, especially with like all of the holiday stuff, I usually like to go in September to do kind of like another quarterly review and reset, so then I can plan for October, November, and December. So I'll fill that in when we get into December, and of course I can take you all along with me. But this is what we have for June until September, because I know what's kind of going on. I know specific projects that are starting in September. I know what my like schedule will be looking like in June, July, and August, especially because in Europe, most of the time in August it's pretty quiet because most people are on vacation. So I am focusing on specific things for like the slower months, especially because there's not much to do when it comes to like the professional side of stuff. So that's what this looks like. Let me show you what it looks like for my personal goals. So I have it linked up here. Here we have the quarterly overview, and then scrolling down, here are my June goals. If you have been a long time subscriber, then you know past my driver's license theory exam is like, it's been haunting me, it follows me, and it keeps following me until I will get this done. I was talking to my partner and a family member the other day, and they actually decided, okay, let's place bets. So my partner bet against me that I won't get my driver's license, and me and the other family member bet that I will. So we have bet that I would take people out to dinner, and then my partner's brother also bet against me and said that I won't get it. So y'all, place your bets below as well, and let me know if you think I will pass my driver's license theory exam. Maybe not by June, but like before the end of the year. Let me know if you are betting with me or against me. I want to know. And then for my creativity, what I have listed here is sewing, YouTube, journal, and to stop giving a fuck. So my goal for June is to sew 2 journal covers, 2 book covers, publish regularly on YouTube, and I want to start a new bullet journal, mainly because that's not really like a goal, but it's more practicality since I am like actually running out of paper in my bullet journal, so I will have to start a new bullet journal soon. And then these are just like some of these things to maintain. So reading 3 books, having weekly outings, movement, running yoga and strength training, my nighttime routine, and then making sure that I regularly do finance check-ins. So this is for the personal side of things. For the business, I have it under my business and marketing dashboard. And again, if you want this template, then you can always grab it for free down at the video description box. You just have to subscribe to my newsletter, Sunday Reset, and you will automatically receive this. So these are my business goals. I've listed them here. You'll see that my business goals are a lot less than my personal, mainly because this year it's just really focused on like rebuilding my foundations and then making sure that I have steady income again. So once I have my business goals, I broke it into the quarterly breakdown and then the monthly breakdown. I think I have to do this off camera, but I want to kind of rejudge this a little bit. So I'm gonna, again, review my own like journaling prompts for the business side of things so that I can kind of update and realign my business goals to make sure that I am really just focused on things that will bring me closer to what I really want, which is to bring in steady income so that I can put money away for savings and rebuild my savings after taking an adult gap year. So once we have that, then we go into the quarterly overview, and this is what it looks like. I've got the same table here for each quarter, and then breaking it down into the months. So my June goals for the business are to post again 4 videos on YouTube. I would love to get 10 new members in the Plans of Progress Lounge. Again, if you are interested, then all of the information and a cheeky little discount code can be found in the video description box if you'd like to join. And then creating steady income of 4,000 euros per month. Really, that number is quite, like, I think it's like a little bit of a stretch number because it helps me to, 1, pay off like taxes if I need to, and also to put money away for saving for a house and also rebuilding my emergency fund because, y'all, very, very important. So that's what we have for June and how I have broken it down. I've got my stretch goals here, my sales goals, and then just the stats for specific YouTube subscribers, Instagram followers, things like that. And then here is my review section so I can just review at the end of the month. And then the great thing is after quarter 2, then I will have a little Q2 review template here so I can look at the past quarter, write any reflections, revisions, and things down, and then move that into quarter 3. So that's what we have for how I am planning my June and moving forward for the rest of the year. All right, let's jump back to the regular video so we can stop screen share now and continue on. Now that you all have seen how I've set up my Notion dashboard to capture the June goals that I have, as well as the goals for the rest of the year, breaking them down into quarters and then months and then action steps, it's a whole process. What I like to do is actually transform a lot of my goals and like the action plans to get there into something creative. The main reason being that sometimes when I'm in like the analytical and planning phase, I get really excited. And I get really excited not only because I am like envisioning and imagining all of these things, but it really kind of inspires me to start taking action. And then I've noticed that inspiration and motivation sticks with me for maybe about like 1, 2, 3 weeks. And then I start falling off of my inspiration train and I kind of lose momentum and steam. And then the next thing you know, I've forgotten about what I actually want to do. So what I like to do is transform a lot of my goal plans into something creative. And I wanted to show you all what I have done, in the springtime. So for Q2 was I created a bingo card for the spring. And this is kind of what I'm going to be doing for the summer, so Q3 as well as the rest of the year. I'm going to transform a lot of my goals into a bingo card to find a creative way for me to actually reach my goals and almost like gamify it a little bit. So if you want to, pull out your crayons, markers, stickers, whatever it is, and we are going to set one up together. I am bringing out my stickers, my washi tape, all of my colorful markers, and my journal to create the summer bingo card. So with the summer bingo card, the goal is to actually fill out the card with different activities that you want to complete by the end of Q3. So that will be the end of September. And the goal is to really start crossing these things out throughout the next 3 months. So how you're going to set up your bingo card is turning to a blank page. If you're doing this digitally, then wherever you are doing it, then that'll be fine. And I created a bingo card with 5 columns and 5 rows. I'm using a bullet journal, so I'm just kind of following the spacing with the dots, but I made sure to have 5 columns and 5 rows. And then in the middle, I set a free space. To mark off that I actually completed an activity, I drew a little row at the bottom of each of these 5 boxes so that I can color it in when I have completed it. If you want to do that, great. If you want to just kind of X it out, then that is totally fine too. I just wanted to be able to read what I wrote, so I created a little row so that I can color in. I have my cute vintage grandma stickers here, and I'm going to pick one that I want to kind of embody what summer is going to feel like for me, and this one is like a cute little lemon branch, and I put it right in the middle of the bingo card so that it signals my free space. So if I don't complete anything, at least I have this free space to color in. Next, I am decorating the bottom of the page with some cute washi tape. This is washi tape with hydrangeas on it, and hydrangeas are, I think, my favorite flower. So I'm adding that there just to create a more fun page for myself. And then what I'm going to do next is actually title the bingo card with Summer Bingo. You all can title it any way you want. If you want to call it like your summer bucket list, your summer action plan, whatever it is, feel free to use this time to decorate your bingo card so that every time you open to the page, it feels exciting and fun and inspirational as well as creative. Really, we want to have this summer bingo card be a creative representation of the goals that you want to complete over the next 3 months. And then once you've done that, now it's time to fill in your bingo card with the activities that you want to complete by the end of September. I recommend doing this with really the things that you want to do, like your goals, and breaking them down into action steps. Alright y'all, if you loved this type of video and this type of plan with me as well as a mid-year reset session, then I have something even more immersive for you all. And it is our 3-day mid-year reset retreat hosted in the Plans to Progress Lounge, which is my goal planning membership. When you join the Plans to Progress Lounge at the end of June, I will be hosting this 3-day reset retreat, and over the 3 days, we will be having a review session together where we review the past 6 months, share our learnings, challenges, ask for the community support and guidance. Day 2, we will have a guest speaker come in where she will be guiding us through an experience to really support our nervous systems as we are creating change, because that is super important. And on day 3, we will have a guided journaling session with a creative activity, which is creating our bingo cards. And then afterwards, we will open it up to the community where everybody gets a chance to share, to learn from one another, and to hear everybody's perspectives. Over the 3 days, you'll also have access to our live community Q&A as well as the community forum, because once you join the membership, you get access to monthly co-planning and monthly review and reset calls, as well as a community forum to ask questions, gain support from a really diverse group of people. People who are multicultural, multilingual, immigrants, people of color, they are business owners, side hustlers, people who are neurodivergent, people who are part of the queer community, and so much more. It is really a diverse group of people who have so much lived experience that they can share so many different ways to approach your goals as well as planning. You can join the Plans to Progress right now by heading to the video description box and pressing that link. There's also a cheeky little discount code for the YouTube fam, so you can get a discount on either a quarterly or annual membership. Thanks so much for planning with me today. If you enjoyed this video and planning along with me and journaling along and doing all of the creative stuff, so planning, journaling, and creating along with me today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. And if you want strategic accountability to work towards your goals in a multicultural, multilingual, and extremely diverse group of planners and creative folks, then check out the link to join the Plans to Progress Lounge in the video description box. Cannot wait to go deeper with all of the folks inside the lounge for our 3-day mid-year reset retreat, and I am so excited to see you inside there. If you have any questions about the lounge, then drop them in the comments below, and I will see you later. Ciao!